Going on, world? DS1 Ross, and we back here on SheepStaysLeepTV. Shout out to everybody who support the platform. Much love, much love. Salute to everyone in the building. If you are here and you can hear me clearly, please put a number 1 in the chat. Please put a number 1 in the chat. Let me know if y'all can hear me clearly. Let me know if y'all can hear me clearly, family. Okay. I see y'all can hear me clearly. Shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to everybody in the building. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button for me. Y'all hit that like button for your brother. And of course, we are back on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. I'm your host, DS1 Ross. Of course, y'all hit that like button and share today's show. Y'all hit that like button and share today's show because we are going to get into it. Let's see who's in the building. I'm gonna give some shout outs and then we gonna get into the show. Y'all know how we do. Shout out to everyone, man. Shout out to all the visionaries. Shout out to everyone in the clouds. Y'all hit that like button and share the show. Y'all hit that like button and share the show. Shout out to Yaninka Bay. Peace to you. Free my grandma in the building. Shout out to Miss Angie. Salute to you, Miss Angie. Always coming through and holding down the chat for your brother. Shout out to Miss Angie B. Walaikum salam, my brother Juniad Ali. Good to see you, bro. Good to see you. Shout out to my brother, the Black Man's Heart podcast in the building. Salute, my brother. UFO in the building. What's good, UFO? Astral Atmosphere. Salute, bro. Salute. What's good, Kevin Foles? What's good? Salute. Bronx Dawn in the building. Salute. Hey, Miss Camille. Shout out to you, Miss Camille. What's good, Joe Blast? Salute. Pardon my presence in the building. E313 in the building. What's up, Shonda? What's going on? Dale Diddy in the building. Peace, my brother. Shout out to the All-Star Advisor. Salute, my brother. Shout out to Alonzo Hall in the building. Hey, M. Mills, what's going on? Good to see you. Good to see you, M. Mills. Good to see you. Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to everyone that's in the chat. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button and share the show. Y'all make like button and share today's show. Today's show, of course, we're going to play some videos. We definitely going to play a video. We're going to talk about character today. Today's show, as y'all can see, a man's character is what makes him masculine. What's up, Let's Hope? I appreciate your support. I appreciate it. A man's character is what makes him masculine. Now, I know for the past few years, there has been like a big boom on the topic of masculinity and black men. You know, everyone's been talking about masculinity. That's like a subtopic within the topic of relationships. You know, masculinity, femininity, what it is to be masculine, what it is for a woman to be feminine, you know, those things. But what I always saw that was disingenuous in in the context of that conversation is, and I wouldn't even say it's disingenuous. I'm gonna say the conversation always got watered down to what a man do, and that denotes if he's a man or not. You see, it's all about what you do. You see, and make sure y'all check out yesterday's show. Make sure y'all check out yesterday's show, because what a lot of people don't understand is that is why a lot of men are struggling with self-deletion, especially a lot of black men. It's because we're never seen or respected or celebrated for who we are. So this is why a lot of guys struggle with masculinity, because they think that masculinity is something, it's just, they think masculinity is a an activity. It's things that you do. And what I've constantly told brothers here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV, masculinity is comes from within. Masculinity is, you're not masculine because you're a construction worker, because you are a blue collar guy and all of that stuff. No, that doesn't mean that. That does not mean that. And this is why a lot of guys, as I just said, is dealing with the self-deletion issue. And it is because it's like, who am I? I've been living this life my whole life, and I've never figured out who I am. And everyone treats me as such. You see? So this is why it's, a man is, his masculinity is predicated on, can he provide? Can he protect? Can he procreate? Can he problem solve? But what we forget, right, is we forget that those things, or he only can execute those things based on who he is, in the way that he provides, in the way that he protects. All of that is predicated on who this man is. You see? And we've gotten away from this as men, especially black men. We've gotten away from what masculinity truly is. It is not the fake macho stuff. It is not looking like something you see on television. It is not behaving the way that you think a certain type of woman would like. Your masculinity is predicated on your character. I want you brothers to understand this today. What's good, Bob? I want y'all to understand this, man. Stop believing all of the internet rhetoric. You got to have a jawline. You got to have a six pack. You got to be 6 feet. You got to at least have 6 inches. You got to make 6 figures. We have to stop believing that shit. Because what we're doing is we're looking for a masculine template. This is why a lot of men came to the black manosphere. They're looking for a masculine template. You see? What you said, Bob? You gotta have a beard. You know, you looking for this template for you to follow. So then you can say, oh, I'm masculine. When you got to understand that this stuff is cultivated from within. This is not something that you're going to look. It's just a look. It's not just a look. It's a look, it's a vibe, it's all of those things. But what a lot of us was taught, we were taught how to just look masculine and not how to be. A lot of us, a lot of men always were masculine, but they were taught to suppress it. So now they're running around and they're behaving in a way that they think is acceptable because they want people to accept them. You know, a lot of guys are struggling with that, man, where they can't go and just be who they are. You see? So a lot of guys too, they're struggling with the fact that their masculinity was suppressed. So this is why a lot of guys are more apprehensive to speak out because they were muted. You know, because a lot of black men grow up and they're outspoken. They speak up for themselves. They defend themselves. They defend their friends. And for black men with the issues with the environmental issues, like the constant threat of extinction, like the high incarceration rates, you know, a lot of us were trained to pull back when we were young because it was saw as aggression. Our masculinity is always taken as aggression. It is always taken as anger because that's how it always is for black men. But little Brandon could run around and break shit, and he's told, "Oh, that's just what 5-year-old boys do." He run around breaking windows and shit, throwing rocks. Oh, that's okay, Carlton. Oh, he's just being a boy. Don't worry about it. We'll pay for it. But we were taught, oh no, don't say that. Be quiet. You see? And it's due to environmental conditions that a lot of us are under. They don't want you to get hurt. So the way to protect you, be quiet. Don't say nothing. But later on, that translate into something else. When you're so used to doing that, now you a man, or you transitioning into becoming a man, and you don't know how to speak up for yourself. You don't know how to defend yourself. You're afraid to defend yourself. You're hesitant to speak up for yourself. So what you do, what a lot of guys do, and what a lot of guys have done, is they've come online and look for guys to mimic, to take on this character, to say, well, I'm masculine, as a shield. I'm gonna act like him so nobody can see who I really am. When we got to understand that just by doing that alone, that is not the behavior of a masculine man. Every man has his own identity. Every man has his own uniqueness. You're not here to behave like anyone else, to copy anyone else. It's cool to respect and pull from other men. That's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But to actually go and to mimic another guy because you're not secure in who you are, that's not masculine. You see, because masculinity is not an act. You see, it's not a behavior. It's a being. It's who you are. It's an energy. It's not a behavior. Because if that's not who you are, then that's not who you are, and you're gonna show up like that, no matter how much you try to perform or pretend. Because we have to understand that your masculinity lies within. As within, so without. You see, your masculinity is not in your wallet, it's not in your clothes, it's not in your car, it's not in any of that. It's in you, it's in you, it's inside of you. And how you deal with people is a reflection of it. This is how people can see by how you interface with them. This is what I want brothers to understand. Hey, M Mills, good to see you. I'm getting ready to play this video, y'all. And shout out to the brother, Dr. Thurman Evans. This is a great video. It's about character. Something that y'all have always heard me speak on. Character and the importance of it. See, your character is what makes you masculine. Not none of that other shit. It's your character. So let's get into what is character. Let's get into it. Fair use, fair use. Let me put up my fair use banner. Or somebody put it up in the chat for me. Fair use, fair use. Thank you, Miss Angie.
What is character? Bottom line, character.
Put a one in the chat if y'all heard that. Blue Gotti TV, salute. Put a one in the chat if y'all heard that. You heard it, Miss Angie? Okay.
Character is who you are. I have this expression that I like. And bottom line, what is character? Bottom line, character is who you are.
Now, y'all heard what he said, right? Bottom line, character is who you are. Seth's son in the building. Salute, my brother. Salute. What's up, Star Baby? Bottom line, character is who you are. We're not going to complicate this. Character is who you are. Internal. The internal. Character is who you are. Let's continue.
What is character? Bottom line, character is who you are. I have this expression that I like and I use often. Wherever you go, there you are. We can put on, as my elders used to say, we can put on airs for a few minutes or even for a good while, but eventually who you really are will surface. And you will eventually do who you really are. You will eventually, sooner or later, you will do who you are. Now, you can do somebody else for a little while. You can do things that may make you appear to be somebody else for a while, but eventually you're going to do who you are. And that's the essence of character. It is who I am. It is who you are. It's the combination of those qualities or features that distinguish you from somebody else. It's the distinguishing factors or the distinguishing features or description thereof of those things that essentially describe you. And if we take it further, it is who you are when nobody is looking. Reputation, that's essentially a public thing. That's who people think you are. That's who you are in public. Now, that may or may not be your character. That may or may not be who you really are.
Now, to go back to what I was speaking on, this is why I said you have guys who've come online looking for masculine templates. Shout out to the OG Mace in the building. Dion in the building. Salute. What's good, MR? Good to see you, bro. Right? And guys who are doing this, they're looking to develop a reputation because they think a reputation is something that masculine men have. You see? But reputation, like Dr. Thurman Evans just said, this black brother, this black intelligent man, right? Reputation has something to do with the public and what other people think about you. That may not be who you are. So you may appear to be masculine, but that may not be who you are. That may just be your reputation. You see? Let's continue. Let's continue. Shout out to everybody in the building.
Hopefully it is, but that is if it's good. But that's a public thing. Character is who you are when nobody's watching. It's who you are when nobody is around. And hopefully the important thing about character is that promise-driven leaders are who they are in both public and private. And I hesitate and calm and slow down so that we can reflect on that point. I mean, this is not to suggest that every little thing that you do is supposed to be aired out in public. That's not the point here. People don't necessarily have to know about your bathroom habits. That's not the point here. The point is we're talking about, speaking right, doing right, saying what you mean, and meaning what you say, especially when you're interacting with other people, and especially when you're working with other people. And so you can see obviously the connection between character and being a promise-driven leader is simple. You cannot be a promise-driven leader without having character. You cannot be a promise-driven leader without having character strength, the strength of character.
Did you hear that, brothers? You cannot be a leader, a promise-driven leader, without character, without the strength of character. You see? Character is what makes you masculine. The strength of your character. That's what makes you masculine. Not none of all of this other bullshit that they using to muddy up the water. And you got to understand that the people who are actually doing this are not masculine. This is why they're creating masculine templates. You see? To get you to not understand what brother Dr. Thurman Evans is saying. It is about your character. That's what makes you a leader. Your character. Who you are. What's good, Boogie Man? Let's continue. Shout out to everybody in the building. Y'all hit the like button and share the show. 7 Holiday in the building. What's good, my brother?
And just be clear that you may be gifted as a leader. You may have tremendous talent. You may be awesome in your ability in a certain area of your life. And talent is wonderful, and it can take you far. And it will take you through doors that many other people cannot get into because they don't have the same talent. But character will keep you in that door. Or weakness of character will cause you to fall back out of that door. And frankly, if we take a look at human history, especially recent human history, and you can even go back further than recent, you can go back through human history since humans started taking history, and you will find that people tend not to fall from high mountains of recognition and fame and wealth and fortune because they don't have the talent. They tend to fall from these high places of recognition, fame, and fortune because they don't have the character to stay there. Their talent gets them there, but their character is what keeps them there. And if you don't have strength of character, even though you got there, you don't stay. And when you
Did you hear that, fellas? Did you hear that? Talent gets you in the door. Character elevates the room. Let me repeat that. Talent gets you in the door. Character elevates the room. You see? Character is what elevates your position. You see? So it's based on your character, who you are. Who you are. Spiritual value. Who you are. Do you have integrity? Are you honorable? Are you loyal? Are you responsible? Are you accountable? Are you dependable? Are you reliable? You know, those are all the things we say denote masculinity. Those are all spiritual values. And spiritual value is about what? Who you are. What is character based on? Who you are. So who you are is what make you masculine. Who you are. Your character. Not all this other shit. You ain't got to put on for nobody. You don't have to show off for nobody. That's not masculinity. Let's continue. Let's continue listening to this black intellectual brother, Dr. Thurman Evans. Let's continue.
And when you fall,
we're anesthesia.
My bad, y'all. Give me 1 second.
it's the combination of those qualities or features that distinguish you from somebody else. And if we take it further, it is who you are when nobody is looking. Reputation, that's essentially a public thing. That's who people think you are. That's who you are in public. Now, that may or may not be your character. That may or may not be who you really are. Hopefully it is, but that is if it's good. But that's a public thing. Character is who you are when nobody's watching. It's who you are when nobody is around. And hopefully the important thing about character is that promise-driven leaders are who they are in both public and private. And I hesitate and calm and slow down so that we can reflect on that point. I mean, this is not to suggest that every little thing that you do is supposed to be aired out in public. That's not the point here. People don't necessarily have to know about your bathroom habits. That's not the point here. The point is we're talking about, speaking right, doing right, saying what you mean, and meaning what you say, especially when you're interacting with other people, and especially when you're working with other people. And so you can see obviously the connection between character and being a promise-driven leader is simple. You cannot be a promise-driven leader without having character. You cannot be a promise-driven leader without having character strength, the strength of character. And just be clear that you may be gifted as a leader. You may have tremendous talent. You may be awesome in your ability in a certain area of your life, And talent is wonderful, and it can take you far, and it will take you through doors that many other people cannot get into because they don't have the same talent. But character will keep you in that door. Or weakness of character will cause you to fall back out of that door. And frankly, if we take a look at human history, especially recent human history, and you can even go back further than recent, you can go back through human history since humans started taking history, and you will find that people tend not to fall from high mountains of recognition and fame and wealth and fortune because they don't have the talent. They tend to fall from these high places of recognition, fame, and fortune because they don't have the character to stay there. Their talent gets them there, but their character is what keeps them there. And if you don't have strength of character, even though you got there, you don't stay. And when you fall, virtually never do you get back to the same height in terms of people having the same confidence in you. Yeah, you may make a few more dollars, like you did before, but in terms of people having the same confidence that they had in you in the first place, it just never returns. Colin Powell says it this way: leaders with character stand for something, a value, an ideal, a cause, a mission. They don't talk about these things. They demonstrate consistent patterns of behavior that show what they stand for. Character is about a leader's daily behavior and decisions being aligned with their character. It is about walking east and talking east, not west. It is about consistency, honesty, integrity in words and in actions. John Maxwell, who's written extensively on leadership, he puts it this way. He says, character is more than talk. He says, in fact, character is a choice. He says, talent is a gift. And for the most part, we have no control over many of the gifts that we are given by the Creator. Some of us, are gifted with fast twitch muscles, so we.
Did y'all catch what he said? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to T Church in the building. Did y'all catch what he said? This is Dr. Thurman Evans, Alonzo. He said that another brother by the name of John Maxwell said that talent is a gift. Character is a choice. Fierce soul in the building. Salute. Character is a choice. You choose to be a man of honor. You choose to have integrity. Shout out to my comrade in the building. Salute. My brother, the Book of Ronan, in the building. You choose to have character. Good character. This is a choice. Pay attention to this.
Turn out to be Usain Bolt, and we can fly like the wind or fly like a bolt of lightning. But that's a gift. No matter how hard I practice, I'm never going to outrun Usain Bolt. Others can paint pictures. There's something wired in our brain that allows us to look at something and be able to transpose what we see onto a canvas. Others have been gifted with the right structure of vocal cords such that when I put my voice to music, it comes out melodious and something that people want to listen to. And no matter how hard I practice, when I put my voice to music, people want to run. And so talent is a gift. It's a gift. But character is a choice. And that's how you know it comes from a wisdom much greater than where we are. Because everybody may not be gifted at the same level, but everybody can have character at the same level. John Maxwell goes further. He says, character brings.
Y'all heard that? No, it's a rugged individual thing, DS1. No, we all can have good character as black men that choose to interface with one another in a space. See, I've been telling y'all for years, there's no excuse. Oh, DS1, you just act like everybody's supposed to be the same. No. If we're saying we're masculine, then we are supposed to make the correct choice. We're supposed to choose to deal with each other in a healthy way, because that is how masculine men deal with each other. Y'all do know that, right? Y'all do know that real masculine men don't sit around and abuse each other and misuse each other and shit on one another and backbite and betray one another. Y'all do know that, right? Y'all do know that masculine men in an environment where real masculine men reside, there's harmony, there's peace, there's order. Y'all do know this, right? Y'all do know this, right? See, y'all was taught that masculinity is a blood sport. Oh, masculine men sit around and beat on each other all day. No, that's not masculinity. You see? You see? It's not. Let's continue.
Lasting success with people. People are magnetically attracted to people who have character. And he also says leaders cannot rise above the limitations of their character. So character is essential to being a promise-driven leader. And character lessons, they get started very early. We're taught them as children. And oftentimes we forget them or lose sight of them, but they are the foundation of early growth and development in our households. Parents try to teach children's lessons of character beginning very early on. In a book, Everything I Ever Needed to Know, I learned in kindergarten. This is a book that came out several years back, and it speaks to the number of character lessons that get started early on in life. Things like share everything, play fair, don't hit people, put things back where you found them, clean up your own mess, don't take things that don't belong to you, say you're sorry when you hurt somebody, wash your hands before you eat, and be sure and flush the toilet. Warm cookies and cold milk are good for you. That one I may have a little challenge around that one. I might say, as long as it's not all the time and every time, but it's okay to treat yourself. And then again, if you have a lactose intolerance, you're going to have to get soy milk or drink some tea with the cookies. Live a balanced life. Boy, what a wonderful lesson that is. Learn some, think some, play some, draw some, paint some, sing some, dance some, and then take a nap in the afternoon. Be aware of wonder. These are things that our parents and our elders began to teach us when we were tiny tots, and they speak to the development of strong character later on, especially if we continue to build on those initial foundational blocks. We continue to build on them, they lead to building a strong character.
Shout out to that brother. Dr. Thurman Evans. He said no soy milk. Right. Shout out to Joe Blast. Right. Get some almond milk or some oat milk or something. But shout out to the brother, man. Shout out to the brother. I definitely wanted to bring that to you guys today, man, because we're lost, man. Once again, you know, we got to go back to the drawing board and recalibrate what we doing out here. What are we presenting to men out here? You see? Enough of the shenanigans. Enough of the BS. Enough of the masculine templates. Okay? Enough. I'm a premium man. I'm a high value man. I'm a blue collar man. I'm a what? Enough. Enough of the bullshit. Because it's all ways to hide your flaws. You're calling yourself this because you don't want to just say I'm me, because you're not comfortable with just saying you're you. You're you. What is a high value man? What is a premium man? What is all of that dumb shit that we come up with on the internet? What is that really? It's bullshit labels to entice people or to confuse people or to manipulate people. That's what it is. Oh, I'm an alpha man. But all you dudes claiming alpha be the first ones whining about women and arguing with women on the internet. We see it all the time. Alpha dudes always got problems with women. Got wolves on the wall, lions everywhere. You're just super alpha. Stop, dog. Be you. Just stop. Just be you. Just be comfortable with saying you're you. I'm a red pill man. I'm a black pill man. I'm a green pill man. Why don't you just say, hey, listen, I'm me? What happened to that? What happened to men saying that? I'm me. Now, whatever y'all want to put on it, as long as it ain't nothing disrespectful, that's cool. But I'm me. I'm not coming with no labels. I'm me. Now, if you want to consider me red pill and all of that shit, cool. Whatever. I could sit around and say I'm red pill, but for what? If that's just how I'm living, what is the sense of me saying it? That's just how I live. Because I didn't hear about that shit until I came here anyway. I live a red pill lifestyle. What the hell is that? Like, what's that? And this is what we have to stop doing, man. If we have to stop doing this as men. Because you running around here trying to put a label on yourself because you basically trying to hide yourself. That's basically what it boils down to. Joe Blast says a lot of brothers want to claim titles that they ain't nowhere near really are. Of course. That's why I said it's a template. It's a masculine template. And a lot of guys are hiding behind the word masculine. Oh, I'm masculine. Woman, shut up. I'm masculine. That's what they're doing. When masculinity is exuded through your character. It's something that comes from within. It's not something that, It's not a checkbox on an application. That's what a lot of you dudes have done. A lot of you black men have done when it comes to black men and masculinity. Y'all turned it into an option. Are you masculine? Check yes or no. This is what y'all have turned this into. And that's not what this is about. It goes back to your character. That's what it goes back to. Your character. That's what it all goes back to. You see? Shout out to everybody in the building. Do y'all want me to come back and do a part 2? Because I'll do a part 2 to this tomorrow. Because I have another video with Dr. Thurman Evans, and he's going into deeper perspective on character. So would y'all like me to do a part 2 tomorrow? Sound off in the chat room. What's good, Bucket? Yeah, it was called The Matrix. Yeah. But the Matrix is our minds. If you really pay attention to the movie. Y'all sound off in the chat room. Let me know if y'all want me to do a part 2 to today's show. So we could go into a little more Dr. Thurman Evans. Star Baby says part 2. Fierce Soul says part 2. Miss Angie says part 2. Miss Camille says part 2. Let me get a few more. I need at least 10 part 2s for us to do part 2. Shout out to everyone in the building. I appreciate everybody. The OG May says part 2. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give me 5 more. I need 5 more part 2s. 5 more people who want me to do a part 2 to tomorrow's show. And we're going to go deeper into this. Let me see who else want me to do a part 2. And then we'll do a part 2 tomorrow for sure. But I appreciate everyone for tuning into today's show. Everyone for pulling up, everyone for hitting the like button. If y'all haven't yet, make sure y'all hit the like button and share the show. Share it on your community tabs, your Facebook, Instagram, your Discords, anywhere that y'all share content. Share today's show. Joe Blast says part 2. Mo Plumbing says part 2. MR says part 2. Okay. Let me get one more part 2, and then part 2 it is. Shout out to Mo Plumbing in the building. Salute, Mo Plumbing Videos. Appreciate your support, bro. Hope all is well. Boogeyman says part 2. Yes, sir. Salute. He said, yeah, part 2 will be great. No doubt. Appreciate that, bro. So part 2 will be tomorrow right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Same time, 2:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV, we will be doing a part 2 to today's show. A man's character is what makes him masculine. We will be reviewing more content from the brother, Dr. Thurman Evans. T Church says part 2. Johnny says part 2. No doubt. I appreciate y'all, man. Shout out to everyone in the building. Don't forget, get down in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think of today's show. Hey, Monique, you might have to catch the replay. Sweetheart. Let me know what y'all think of today's show. Get down in the comment section. Also, follow me. All the links is down in the description box. Follow me and my brother podcast channel, the Foundational Manhood Podcast. Follow us on Instagram. Follow the YouTube channel. Follow us on Spotify. All the links is down in the description box where you can follow me, where you can catch up, do any type of business as far as healing and wellness. All the links is down in the description box. So if you want to holler at me, the links is down in the description box. Stay up, stay in tune. We will be back tomorrow. I appreciate all the love and the support. Shout out to all of the visionaries. Shout out to all the visionaries, man. DS1 Ross, Sheep Stay Sleep TV. And remember, y'all, we are our own agency. We are our own agency. We'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.